You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports. Well, we all know the saga that's going on with Michael Irvin right now. Accused of misconduct during Super Bowl week. I believe it was the first night, that Monday night of Super Bowl week, that he was accused of misconduct, some kind of back and forth between a woman that worked at the Marriott Hotel down in Arizona. And he, of course, was suspended from NFL Network and taken off the air by ESPN because he was doing guest hits for ESPN First Take. Now, Michael Irvin has very loudly proclaimed his innocence. One of the things that you tend to see when people are proclaiming their innocence is they say, number one, shout it from the mountaintop. Number two, sue their ass for defamation. And he is suing a lot of people for a $100 million bill. Now, that's a pretty strong statement. Now, we've all seen the surveillance video. I think many of us agree. We can't tell that anything happened. There's been multiple witnesses that have come out on behalf of Michael Irvin that have said, look, we didn't hear and or see any misconduct from Michael Irvin. And one of the things we're seeing in society right now is a lot of let's punish before we know whether or not somebody is guilty, which is what the NFL Network has done. Okay, and it's clear they're going to continue to do it. Now, what is the next version of the NFL's biggest event? It is the 2023 NFL Draft, right? Balls to the wall, ESPN, on the air, full coverage. NFL Network, full coverage. The main guys will be there. Rich, Kurt Warner, Steve Mariucci, and would have been Michael Irvin, right? And the NFL Network has now come out and said, well, okay, in spite of the fact that we don't have any evidence, in spite of the fact that we know you're suing now 4 individuals, and you are also suing the Marriott Corporation, and you are suing the franchise down in Arizona, that Marriott, the owner of that, combined with the fact that very vividly there was somebody on that video that seemed to have some kind of temper issue over Michael Irvin as he's watching the conversation. The guy looks like he's losing it, and we still don't know what that's about, but Michael Irvin's lawyer made a point to draw attention to that individual. Well, here we go. Michael Irvin is going to continue to be kept off the air. Very quickly, make sure you subscribe to us on podcast. All of our audio from all of our video is available anywhere that podcasting is available. This is Florio at PFT. Hall of Fame receiver Michael Irvin has aggressively fought back against allegations of wrongdoing at a Marriott hotel that resulted in Irvin being suspended by the NFL Network during Super Bowl week. As the draft approaches, Irvin's employment status has not changed. Via David Moore of the Dallas Morning News, NFL Network spokesperson Alex Rethmiller said that Irvin, quote, remains suspended and won't be involved in the NFL Network's draft coverage. So what is arguably their second biggest on-air event of the year on that channel, they're not going to allow Michael to participate. This strongly implies that the league believes the allegations against Irvin have merit. And with no definitive date for a return, it's unclear when or if he even will. It's unclear whether Irvin is on paid or unpaid suspension. A paid suspension would give the league more flexibility, since a paid suspension would result in no economic harm to Irvin. NFL Network seems to be treading lightly on this one, and for good reason. On one hand, it potentially risks liability to Irvin if he's eventually fired for no valid reason. On the other hand, the league could alienate a longtime sponsor if it does anything to undermine Marriott's defense against Irving's pending defamation lawsuit. And that is another key factor that we haven't actually talked about nearly enough. Marriott is an official sponsor of the NFL, and it feels like the NFL's making it clear we're choosing our sponsor over our employee that has worked with us for I don't know how long now. And we are just sort of, I mean, let's be real. At this point, we haven't seen anything. And NFL Network should know this. The NFL, I mean, NFL Network is the NFL. You have to wonder, do they know something we don't in order to keep this going on? Because if it comes out that he's completely innocent, that he didn't do anything wrong, this is going to be yet another black eye against Roger Goodell in the NFL. Okay? Now, I don't know why I even bring it up, because the NFL lacks complete self-awareness when it comes to getting black eyes over a situation, and they'll turn away and act like nothing ever happened. Reserve judgment until an actual verdict or some actual proof is released to someone, because as of right now, it looks like the NFL Network may have just suspended Irving, and nobody knows exactly what it is they have seen or they know that has led them down this road. Yeah, I'm sure they're thinking we're taking proactive measures, but if he's innocent, then he's just fell as another victim of cancel culture, and that's not cool. It shouldn't surprise us. I mean, they did go after John Gruden for decades old emails, and they made sure the Raiders forced John Gruden out. You know, I gotta be real. At what point does Michael Irvin say, you know what? Enough is enough, NFL/NFL Network /ESPN, because I'm coming on there to do guest hits with Stephen A. Smith, a friend of mine. At what point does he say enough is enough and he files suit against ESPN and the NFL and the NFL Network? Because it's pretty clear. I mean, they're doing this as somewhat of a virtue signaling. They're trying to get buy-in from the Me Too crowd right now, and I think a lot of people know that. We saw, how did that work out with Johnny Depp? Once we found out that it was Amber Heard that actually had most of the issues. And you know what's funny? Johnny still can't get good work. Guilty before anybody has ever gone to court. Guilty in the eyes of some in the public. That's not how this is supposed to work. Michael is supposed to look innocent right now until proven guilty. It's crazy, and a lot of us, I know myself, I like Michael Irvin on this coverage. I do. I like him on pregame. I did not watch NFL Network's game day for the Super Bowl coverage, specifically because Mike wasn't on there anymore. And yeah, he gets fired up, and he can lose objectivity when it comes to the Cowboys, and I don't care, because I want to be entertained, and Michael Irvin is entertaining. There, I said it. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. Michael Irvin seems to still be getting shafted here. I mean, what's really going on? Somebody's going to have to show somebody something at some point, or it just seems like Michael Irvin is getting punished just cause. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.